Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the first show of the new year here on Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me tonight, I got some of the crew here. Dennis is MIA tonight, but I got the rest of them here. First off, we're going to start with Mr. Rich Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Doing good, man. I know you was telling me pre-show. You're not going to be around next Sunday, right?
No, probably the next 2 Sundays here. I'm going to be away. I'll be in warmer weather, I hope.
Yeah, where are you going to be?
I'm heading out on Saturday, leaving out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida for an 8-day cruise. So we're going to San Domingo and Caraco, Aruba, and Amber Cove. So
I'm going to bet that's going to be warm.
Ought to be a good trip.
What's the temperatures like there normally, Rich?
To be truthful, I don't know. Probably hundreds. I would say at least 70s or hundreds.
Oh,
I know
man.
the last time we went in 2010 out to the Caribbean, when we flew into Florida, it was 45 degrees.
In Florida.
And then when we got on the boat, in Florida, and that was back in 2010. And when we got on the boat and we went out to sea, it was so choppy and so bad you couldn't even get in the pool. And it was cold the whole time outside. So I'm hoping this time it's a little better. But once we got to the places where we were going, the weather was beautiful. It was like, 80, 90 degrees outside.
Man.
But out on the ocean, it was really choppy, and you couldn't even get in the pool.
Wow. 80 or 90
because the water
degrees.
kept splashing out of it. Yeah.
Man, I'm happy for you, Rich. You're going to get a suntan and
I'm
everything.
hoping to get some more. Yeah, I hope I can get another tan like Arizona, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Wear your gloves.
Yeah, wear your
Just put your
gloves.
gloves around.
Yeah. And I'm taking my pan along. My pan's packed. So.
Is it? There you go.
Yep.
See, you never know what you'll find, right?
Yep.
That's cool.
Oh, you
though.
never know.
That's cool. We're happy for you. We're going to miss you, but we're also glad you're going to be somewhere warm for a while.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my stuff to come back from the shop, and I got to start getting it put together and getting it ready for season.
Mm-hmm. Maybe when
Can't wait to do that. So.
Maybe it'll be all ready when you get back, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be done so I can get ready to start putting it together.
Right.
But we'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I'm sure it will be. But just enjoy your vacation, man, and don't think about us or nothing.
Yeah.
You're
I won't. No, I'm used to the show every Sunday night, so yeah, I'll be thinking about it.
I know, ain't it weird when you don't do it? Don't you feel like you forgot to do something? Even like New Year's night, I'm like, what am I forgetting to do? And I'm like, oh, it's Sunday.
Yeah, I think I got a thing on the ship that I'll be able to still do Facebook though.
That'll be cool.
I think I'll still be able to do Facebook, and I'll probably be able to send some pictures on Facebook.
All right, great.
Hopefully.
Well, we'll be watching for them for sure.
So.
They should have it because they got it on airplanes.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, but on the ship you got to pay so much for each day to be able to use the websites.
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah, for on your phone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
There's different packages that you can buy for that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. Well, hopefully you can. If not, I'm sure you'll have a ton of posts when you get home, for sure. Did you have a good New Year's?
Yeah, it was pretty good. We just pretty much, for Christmas Eve, we had crab legs, and New Year's Eve, we had crab legs.
You didn't have...
That's our tradition every year.
Oh, okay, that's your tradition. You didn't have sauerkraut.
Yeah, it's our tradition we do every year. We have crab legs for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
Oh, there you go. Sounds like...
And then New Year's Day, we got to eat noodles.
Noodles. Okay.
Yep,
You eat
Oriental noodles.
You eat the big crab legs, right? The like $30 a pound kind.
No, just a Dungeness, I guess.
Oh,
okay.
I got you. Cool.
They're not the king crabs. I can't afford the king crabs.
That's why I said they're like $35 a pound out here.
Yeah. Heck, no, that's crazy.
Yeah,
No.
I forget how many pounds I ended up getting. Like 2 or 3 pounds, and it was like $35 or something.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It was like 6 big clusters of crab legs, so
Wow. If you like crab legs.
for about $32. Yeah, I love them.
Oh, wow. Well, that's cool. Well, I'm glad you had a good New Year, buddy. And like I said, I'm happy you're going on vacation, and I want to thank you for being here tonight, Rich. As
All right,
always.
thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, thanks for being here, brother. Also joining us tonight, we got Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
I am doing as good as I can.
Okay, explain.
I gotta get through January. Just gotta get through January.
Oh, then we got February. Think February.
But that's a shorter month, so
yeah.
it's not so bad.
Yeah, I know. Oh, how was your New Year?
I'm doing great. I was so surprised I got a package in the mail from Razor.
I seen. Very
It was
cool.
pretty cool. He sent the fine beachy stuff that he gets over there, and then he included some rocks, which I love rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks for that 2-gram nugget, by the way, you let slip through, Razor.
You didn't see that?
Oh, he thought he included that. I seen all the rocks and stuff. I was like, oh, cool. More goodies for Kathleen's collection.
And he wrote something in a card that said what the rocks were, so those were kind of cool.
That's neat.
They were the smooth rocks from his beach.
That's
I guess
awesome.
there's a story behind it.
Right.
They were sent from, I think this is Denmark. Razor, your penmanship has...
Wait.
I think in Alaskan, so it's hard to read.
in Alaskan.
Oh.
So let me decipher it.
That explains it. You
Put it in Google Translate.
Yeah, that's right. You got to translate it, Shad. Type it in. And,
He says they were sent from Denmark because iron mill balls were, I guess, too expensive.
What?
What?
I don't know. Maybe he'll call in and tell us.
Maybe he'll explain that.
Did you say iron balls?
Iron
Mill balls.
Iron mill balls.
Oh, not bird balls.
Kind of like bird balls. Yeah. We're back to that again, are we?
Oh, I didn't know what you
Oh,
were
man.
saying. I was like, what, iron? What?
It's gone full circle, Scott.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop.
Oh, yeah, you weren't here last Wednesday. Well,
Oh,
you was here,
You
wasn't
gotta listen to last Wednesday's show.
I don't know. Scott was here. He wasn't here for the bird balls, was he?
No,
No,
he was having
that's
issues
right.
with Skype.
They're right. Okay. Yeah, you need to listen to that, and then you'll know where we're at with that one. Yeah.
Right.
I thought that one was gone and buried, but it's reared its ugly head again, Kathleen.
Oh, I have a feeling it's gonna creep in.
I do too. I have a feeling it'll keep popping up bird balls.
Oh, so you make any New Year's resolutions?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't ever make New Year's resolutions. Did you?
Not really.
See?
I'm more of a superstitious person, so I don't know. I do crazy things, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
In my fun facts.
All right, cool. Also, I seen you guys got your first video posted from the Arizona trip.
Yes, we finally.
Finally.
Well, it was difficult because you have to go through all the footage that you did and, classify them in different segments. So you got to put some order to it so
Right.
it flows.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've decided is to have several little videos.
Sure.
And, we don't want to make them too long. A lot of
Right.
people can't just sit there for a long time and watch clips
Right.
from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was our first one. We went to Fairbank, Arizona, and Charleston, Arizona.
Now, for people that are unfamiliar with your channel, where can they find that video at, you guys?
Wandering Buffaloes on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there's no E in Buffaloes. We spelled it
We
wrong.
spelled it wrong on purpose.
On purpose. On purpose. It wasn't a typo. It was on purpose.
It's Buffalos.
How do you spell that?
I thought maybe you put the E in place of the U for Bifle.
So, the Wandering Buffaloes on...
Buffaloes.
I don't
Buffalo. as in Frank, F as in Frank, ALOES.
We don't have the E.
Oh, we don't have the E.
Good Lord.
Sorry.
Wandering
We'll never
Buffaloes on their YouTube channel.
I was going to say, don't worry, YouTube will cross-reference and throw them right to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Just ignore the band, the old guy band.
Do you guys ever like Google your name?
No.
Oh my
To see what
gosh.
comes up.
What?
Well, I Googled my name just out of curiosity, and they have the Facebook stuff and all that, and I clicked onto the images, and some of the images that they match with your name is kind of funny.
Really?
But they do have Shad on one of them, so if you look at my images, Shad will appear.
Really? That's interesting. No.
Yeah, Google my name and a bunch of bait comes up to catch.
Yeah, make sure you put Bifle, but you're still going to get pictures of fish.
Oh, man. That's great. I love it. Now I'm going to be doing that. Google.
Ed Martin posted the link.
Oh, awesome, Ed. Thank you. Yeah,
The
so
chat.
if you're not a subscriber already to the Wandering Buffaloes, click over there and subscribe and follow and check out their new
And
episodes
why
on video.
Buffalo? Why was it? Because in Bifle, the last name Bifle means
It's Buffalo in German.
Buffalo in German. That's right. Very cool. So check that out. So you had a good New Year's, all in all.
It was. We always stay home because of it's what they say, amateur night out there.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
That's right.
People don't go out all but once a year, and they just go hog wild.
Yep.
So
Yep. Amen. They do.
yeah, so we just stay in, and we marathon watched. Oh, we watched Godless on Netflix.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if you've ever seen it. I kind of like westerns.
You're right.
But it's a series. It's a limited series. If you watch it, it's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
It's set out in New Mexico. Is it
Yeah,
New
New
Mexico?
Mexico.
Sounds
Really good series.
Historical,
7 shows.
yeah. 1830 something. No,
Nice.
18. I don't know. 1800s.
All right.
That's old. That's old.
Yeah,
Be
but
one
it's
more.
an interesting series. It's kind of gory, and I would say it's gory, but Shad would not say it's gory.
So
But
that's
there's a lot of shooting.
No, that's cool. In a western, that's what you want.
Yeah, you gotta have the gunfight,
Well, yeah.
and there's a really big one.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Unless it's a love western.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't. Is it a
Hallmark.
love western?
No.
No.
Hallmark western.
No.
It's about vengeance.
Yeah,
Like a Western
revenge.
should be.
They got old sourdough prospectors.
And you ladies out there would enjoy it because there's some a lot of ladies in that. not shady ladies, but
Tough ladies.
tough ladies.
Tough ladies. Cool.
Gunsslinging chicks.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got any prospectors in it, Kathleen?
Well, technically, yes, not to give it away, but the town where a lot of it's set in was decimated by a mining accident that killed almost all the men of the town who were miners in a gold mine.
Oh,
Gold
interesting.
mine, and they all died.
Okay, so this could be cool to watch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out now too. Thanks, Kathleen. Another one you got me watching.
Yeah.
That and the
Write
one
these down.
I'm scribbling.
It's on Netflix. And then we finished the Deadwood series too.
Nice, nice. How's
I
that?
finally watched them. I've always wanted to, but just never. Well, I never had HBO,
Right.
and then just never looked it up, I guess.
Yeah. Now, here's the question on everybody's mind. Inquiring minds want to know: how's the koi pond?
Well, I've been posting some pictures, but I mean, every day that thing just grows enormous. It's just a big ball of ice. The waterfall. It's a big ball of ice.
I was going to say it looks like a Chicago ice skating rink, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, so we have the heaters in there, so it hasn't frozen all the way, and there is still a trickle in the waterfall, so the water is circulating, and I can, if I look through the little holes on where the de-icer melted the ice, I can see the fish.
Oh, okay.
They're just hanging out in the bottom of the pond, just chilling.
That's crazy.
Now, are you using the ones I sent you?
No, I don't think we used those.
No,
Did
okay.
we tried it.
Yeah, I had a problem with it. Not like we tested it on the small pond, and I wasn't getting like a good seal on the top, so I think they were shorting and flipping the breaker.
The breaker
Tripping
kept
breaker.
And yeah, I wondered about the plug-in. Like if you had to run a cord out there, how would you actually seal up the plug? So I was wondering about that.
Yeah, but thank you.
No problem.
I'm sure we could find some other creative use for them.
Yeah. Yeah, Kathleen.
We can make, pillow warmers.
Yeah, some kind of warmer for her or something. Yeah, you'll come up with something.
It's funny because I went out in the garage. I was like, "Oh, there's the one." I'm like, "Okay, there's another one." I'm like, "Wait, what? There's another one." I was like, "Oh, okay, I got a couple of these in here then."
Dang. Well, at least it's not completely frozen solid. Like I said, I seen Niagara Falls frozen solid, and I'm like, if Niagara Falls freezes, koi ponds are going to freeze. It's got to be frozen. But you're keeping ahead of the game. Good move. I don't know how you're doing.
Yeah, and then I've already got my eye on. Do you know there's a koi farm in Ohio?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in spring, I reached out to the guy, and he's closed during the off season. So in spring, he has the two koi that I'm going to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
They're named by their color.
Okay.
So I said, "Hey, are you going to have any of these?" Because he breeds them.
Right.
And he said, "Yeah." So
very
I'm
cool.
going to get to go to a koi farm.
Ooh, actual koi farm and farm your own koi. That's pretty
Well,
awesome.
I get to pick them out.
That is cool.
I think you have to catch your own koi.
Yeah, maybe you'll let you catch your own, right? So that'll be pretty cool.
I don't know about that.
That's pretty neat, though. So 2 new additions.
Yeah.
I can see it. You got to catch your own coil. Her next word would be Shad.
Yeah. Get in there and get them fish. Those 2 right there. No, not that one. That one.
Yeah, but Shad has been helpful because I have to be in the office and he's working from home. So when I get home, it's dark. I leave when it's dark and come home when it's getting dark.
Right. Right.
So there's no daylight hours for me to maintenance the pond. So he's been keeping up on, the water levels and such.
Yeah, he's on ice watch.
He's now the koi whisperer.
Yep. He's a man. He's going to have to get an icebreaker and go through the koi pond. Something. Got to get the ice out.
We went through all our gold, too.
Oh, that's
Gosh,
good.
we did a lot on New Year's.
You've had a busy week.
Yeah, it's been busy.
Seen that? Go ahead.
We ended up setting the cleanup sluice in the house because it was just too darn cold outside to run it. So we ran it in the house, and then I got it down to the Ultracons and put it on the water table. And we still have to weigh it, the final tally. But we're roughly the final tally. Do you want
Let's
to
hear
say
it.
what it is?
Overall, the second half of the year we got about 23 grams.
Wow.
But the first half of the year, we're just over an ounce.
And that is Ohio, right? And Ohio.
What's that?
That was just Ohio, right?
Ohio, then
Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, Arizona, right? In Arizona.
We went to Arizona twice, remember?
Oh, you did. You're right. Yep. Okay. But still, that's pretty darn good.
I got to say, for what you guys have done and what I've seen, that's pretty freaking impressive.
Amazing. Yeah. Man, that's
So,
almost 2 ounces.
Now we're
almost.
just going to get 5,000 ounces.
Man.
Like Hoffman.
Man, you're killing it, you guys. Great job. Wow.
But, we were off to a good start last year. We were actually dredging on New Year's Day last year.
Yes, you did get an earlier start last year.
Yeah, it was in the 40s, which is, normal for here. And there's just no way we can be out there in negative temperatures.
No.
For those folks in Alaska that do it, the Bering Sea, whoa.
Yeah, no way. Nope.
That
nope.
is amazing. I mean, plus we don't even go all the way underwater like they do.
Right. There's just no way. Screw that.
Yeah, but you got to look what they get in an hour.
I know.
I know.
I mean, when you're sitting there pointing,
That would be really hard
going,
to
oh look,
pass up,
there it
yeah.
goes.
it would be hard to pass up, but God,
It's one of those things where I'm terrified to do it until I actually do it.
right.
I think you'd be good at it.
Yeah, I think so. But
Well, I
it's
was
still-
I was actually terrified going to Alabama and being under the water because I'd never done that before.
right.
Plus, I had that reoccurring nightmare that I'm drowning.
Yeah, but once you did it, you was fine.
That
Once-
doesn't help either.
No, but once you got under the water, you was fine. You did
Yeah,
good.
I was-
Yeah, after the first hour or so, then you get used to it.
Yeah, and I had a good teacher. Well, Sam and Rich
Mhm.
were telling us, what to do because they had gone down there before us and told us everything that could go wrong. So when it did, I didn't freak out because I knew that was normally
Yeah.
wrong.
Sure. All right. So I think you could do it. I think you could do the under the ice. It might freak you out, but I don't know.
It's all about the breathing. I think. I mean, the coldness you're used to. You've been in the water. I mean, it's the same thing where you're at in the water or under the water. You're still in the water.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is that breathing because you get under there and you're not used to breathing underwater. So like me, sometimes I'll try to breathe through my nose at the same time, which that's why I got a nose guard on my mask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's your instinct
Yeah.
to just hold your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you get under there and you start breathing real fast, you got to slow yourself down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that I really focused on, and I was actually proud of myself because I did it. And then towards the end, it was just like, yeah, no big deal. I mean, there was water seeping into my mask because I didn't have a good seal, and I just didn't care. I guess I should have, but I
don't
didn't.
care.
Well, see, that's one good thing about having a nose guard because water seeps in, just blow through your nose out. It'll blow that water out.
This was a full face mask that
Yeah.
we had.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all you had to do is just
That's
blow
nice.
and it would clear
Yeah,
it.
what you're supposed to do is tilt your head back and then blow, because what it
blow,
does
yeah.
is that water drains down to that filter. So when you tilt your head all the way back and you blow out, it shoots the water out the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, works pretty cool. Sure does. But you killed it. So great job, Kathleen. You guys really have done great this year. I hope this year's just as good to you guys.
Oh yeah, and all you guys out there too. Make this a golden year.
That's right. 2018, the golden year. That's what we'll call it. That's what we're going to call it from now on.
We better get cracking because
Yeah.
we're already behind.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, Kathleen.
Yep.
All right. Also joining us tonight, we got our West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater. Toney, how are you, Scott?
Oh, my goodness, you wouldn't believe it. I'm here. That's
You're
all
here.
I can say. I'd like to, for all you listeners out there that was here last Wednesday, I want to apologize for everybody who was having a lot of problems with Skype. I couldn't get on through my phone. I couldn't get on through Skype. And for some reason, I tried to play with Skype all weekend. And that night, I was actually kind of bummed because I didn't get on the show. And when the old lady seen the 45 in my hand, that's when she closed the computer down because I was getting ready to blow this thing to Kingdom Come. I was not really happy at all. So, I'm just glad to be here tonight with you guys and being able to do another show. I'm just going to wing it tonight. Like I said, I wasn't for sure. I want to thank, number one, Calm Water, my old lady, for helping me out today because she, did a lot of things and tricked the computer more or less. So we set up a new Skype account where I could actually get on the radio and not have to worry about anything. Because mine was locked down for some reason. It said I tried to get on too many times or something like that. So I haven't been able to get on for a week and a half.
That's
so
crazy.
It was driving me nuts.
It's Skype, though,
And-
brother.
Yeah, I know. And then tonight, I come across, everybody knows that I hope everybody knows. I'm not in the Goldfields this year. I'm actually opening up a new restaurant for the people that I work for, the barbecue place. And it's hard. I mean, I drove 80 mile an hour down the highway to get back here tonight, and there's people pulled over left and right, and I was like, I don't care. I just kept keeping on, and I got here with 5 minutes to spare.
Yeah,
and,
you did. You made it.
I made it. Yeah,
You made it.
I made it.
It's
Yeah,
like
I come in, and she already had the Skype on, and you guys were already on it and everything like that. I was like, all right, rock and roll.
that's the way to do it. It was fired up and ready for you. All you had to do is put your earphones on and go. That's the way it's nice.
She helped me out a bunch today.
Yeah, she did. Great job, I told her, for getting you all set up and got you back in the game again, right?
Yeah, like I said, I know people. Some people come on because of the radio show, and I mean they love Kathleen and everything like that. But I'm hoping I'm a part of the show as well. And
That's right.
It kind of stinks when I miss a show, and
Well, we missed you.
Oh yeah, of course we did.
Because the bantering, the news. I told these guys, you guys have to speak up now.
Yeah, we got to do Scott's job. And we did.
Yeah.
It was like
That's how we got on the bird ball subject.
right, exactly.
Well, Lisa's like, well, what are they going to do for this show? I said, well, if I'm out, I said, I know old Shad will step up to the plate. So I figured Shad come in and did something or talk a little bit.
Shad kind of filled in for you. Yeah, so we were good. I mean...
Yeah. I just extended the fun fact.
Yeah. It was an extended version. It went really well, didn't it, Kathleen?
It did.
Yeah, you have to listen to it, Scott.
You got to listen to it, Scott, though, because...
I'll go back and listen to it. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to do hard. I mean, I haven't even, believe it or not, I can get on my Facebook maybe for 15 minutes. No, I haven't even been able to keep up with that.
Oh, turn the show on when you're driving to work or something and listen to it, or on your way home from work, and then you can listen to it that way.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't do that. You guys do all that fancy stuff on your phone. My stuff, talk and texts, and I got Google Maps. That's it.
You don't have to do that. Just what kind of phone you got? An iPhone or a Google phone?
No, I don't know. It's called an LG.
Okay, you got an Android phone. Put the Prospector Radio app on there, and all you got to do is click it, and it'll play the...
What is a Google phone?
Well, Android. I just call it a Google phone. It's a Google machine.
What? Is that something new?
Well, they do have the Google phones now, actually.
Do they?
Yeah, they do, actually. Only Verizon carries them, but yeah, they do have the Google phones. Google has their own phone now. Go figure.
You guys want to hear something really cool?
What's that?
Okay, now our main restaurant, now I'm a sister restaurant, but our main restaurant, we used to have troubles with delivery drivers. We just never could keep one. And I don't know why, because the pay was good and the tips were really nice. Mm-hmm. But it just seemed like they didn't want to drive their own car, that kind of thing.
Right.
And I was like, man, you almost get paid as much as like Uber or Lyft or all these guys.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I come back now. I don't know if you guys have this in Ohio or not, but we have what they call Grubhub and Uber Eats now.
Yes. Uber Eats. We haven't tried it, but I've heard things about it.
Man, it's so cool. I love it. Like we just got our Grubhub set up today, and what it is if you order over Grubhub, they send a driver to pick it up and deliver it.
That's cool.
I'm
like, awesome.
Should try it.
That is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I never heard of it before, and then he would explain it to me. I said, okay, show me. Stories are stories. I want to see numbers.
Right.
And when they laid down the numbers, I'm like, okay, I want them both in the store. I was like, really? I can't believe it.
That's pretty cool. Grubhub.
I just think it's like you never have to leave your house now.
No,
you can even buy groceries that way.
Yeah, yep, you can. Yeah, they'll deliver your groceries. Make your list, send it in. They'll get it off the shelf and bring it to you. That's pretty amazing.
I was really, really surprised, and it's really funny because since I've been working this new store, I start about 9 o'clock in the morning, get in there about 10, open up at 11, and then I'm pretty much there until about 6 is when I lock the door, and then I got about a half hour to clean up. So to get home in a half hour, it's really hard to make the show, but we're making arrangements where I'm going to start making the show a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
But since I've been working over there, I was thinking, man, I used to do all this time out in the gold field, and I kind of miss it now.
Of course you do. But you'll get out there.
Man.
You'll get out there. And if you're a little late, don't worry. I introduce everybody else, and that buys time. And, you're fine, if you get in at 10 or 15 after. I mean, look, right now it's 9:30, and we're just getting to you. So, we can stall.
But I like to do the pre-show with you guys to figure out.
It's always nice to have you there on the pre-show, too, right? But if not, we understand. It's like, just jump in when you get here. We're ready for you, definitely. But good to have you, brother. I'm glad you made it. Glad you're back this week. We missed our West Coast connection, and I just want to thank you for being here.
All right, and I hope everybody had a good New Year's out there. As far as me, I've had a little fun the night before that, and then New Year's, I was like Kathleen. I'm like, I don't think I really want to go out to amateur night.
Amen. Right. No.
And then you got, you got checkpoint chickies all over the place where they're doing the road sobriety thing,
which is good.
Yeah. I mean, here in Phoenix, you could do the checkpoint chicken thing at noon and catch 50 people.
Wow.
You can never tell when somebody's drinking around Phoenix because it's just such a big place and people work different times and oh my goodness. So yeah, it was pretty exciting. Around here, got to hear all the gunshots, which we were warned you're not supposed to do that, but we still heard them anyway.
Yeah.
And for some reason they were selling 4th of July fireworks. Now that's something I've never been accustomed. 4th of July is when we see fireworks. The New Year's, that's not really. I mean, in China, they got different New Year's than what we got. They got the years of the animals and stuff, so I can see them celebrate now. But I've never seen people doing fireworks. But I've seen quite a bit of fireworks in Phoenix on New Year's Eve, believe it or not. It was kind of weird,
cool.
different.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's actually a tradition.
Yeah, because don't they do it like in Vegas and everywhere else? Fireworks?
Well, there's meaning to it. It wards off the evil spirits or something like that.
Yeah.
Like shooting your guns will make the noise and all that.
Which I think we're going to hear more about tonight. Right, Kathleen?
Yeah.
That's right.
So
that's pretty cool.
Perfect segue into what I'll be doing for our extended fun fact.
All right. Well, thank you, Scott, for being here. And
sorry, Tim.
No, go
one
ahead.
more thing. I've seen, like I said, I've been doing my Facebook morning. I've been seeing a lot of people on my Facebook showing pictures of gold. So if there's any listeners out there, and I know there's a couple of them that's probably on my Facebook that you've been showing those gold pictures, call in tonight and tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what you're finding, and and where you think you're going to go with the rest of the season. I really want you to.
Yeah, cool. That sounds like a winner. Chicken dinner. All right, thank you, brother. And last but not least, I don't want to forget this guy, our producer, Mr. Shad Biffle. How are you, Shad?
I'm fine. You caught me off guard there.
I know. I like to do that.
He was over here just sleeping.
I know. I tend to drown out when Swiftwater talks.
Oh,
so.
oh fuck. You want to start reading like bedtime stories and Swiftwater's bedtime stories.
Yeah.
So what's been happening with you, buddy?
Well, not too much. Just staying warm and, had pork and sauerkraut for New Year's.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. So did we. That's what we did. Pork and sauerkraut.
Yum, yum.
Yeah.
Getting interested in this Sunday show. We're going to have Doc from Gold Hog, who's going to talk about their new product, the Flow Pan.
Yeah, that's right.
So that'll be interesting to hear more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And, make sure everyone invites people over to tune into that show. And I got to say, we're steadily getting new members on Gold Prospector Space, but we're also getting a ton on our group page on Facebook. So encourage all those people to come join us.
Heck yeah.
Prospector Space as well.
Yeah. Heck, that's always nice. The more the merrier, right?
And the members, I definitely think we'll get to 7,000 this year.
We're getting
easily.
close, aren't we? Yeah. I'm hoping by, I'm going to say 3 months, and we should hit 7,000. I'm hoping. That's my goal. Let's see what happens.
That's a good goal, yeah.
Believe it or not, I've told a couple people from the shop, like today I had a couple in there that was eating, and I was telling them that, I got a Gold Radio show to do tonight, and they want to know where they can listen to it and stuff too. So, and I hope if they are listening, I hope they actually join the page. I told them about Gold Prospector Space, and I told her, a lot of information, a lot of good people and stuff like that. It'd be nice to have people like that come on.
Oh, heck yeah. It's always great to have a lot of new members, new listeners, and they can listen to the show in so many places. That's what makes it nice. It's so widely available in so many different formats, from iHeartRadio, Spreaker, TuneIn, iTunes, here on our very own Prospector Radio, or here on Gold Prospector Space. I know I'm forgetting a bunch, but
Wow, I didn't know there was that many.
Yeah, I mean, it's
fantastic.
It's definitely widely available to anyone in the world. That's what's great about it, and having listeners all over the world is really cool too. Some of the places that people listen from. Shad, I want to thank you for being here, my friend. I'm glad you had a great New Year as well. And on that note, let's kick it over to Miss Kathleen and let her dredge up some news.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
All right, everyone. Our first show for 2018. I heard that on the radio today, and I just had to say it.
I kind of like it.
January 3rd. Okay. Well, here's an interesting story. Almost 150 years ago, after the gold rush happened, they created a boom town in California in the Mojave Desert called Nipton. Well, now it's considered somewhat of a ghost town. It's got a population of like 20. The so-called town, this town is going through a so-called what you would call a green rush, and they're hoping to revitalize the old town because, I don't know if you've been following this, but California legalized marijuana for recreational use, and it started this year, I guess.
Okay. So
this tiny town, it sits in the far eastern part of San Bernardino County near the Nevada border. It's owned by an American Green. It's a company that legally grows and sells marijuana. Mm-hmm. They're hoping to make it a tourist marijuana-friendly destination.
Wow.
The entire town was purchased in 2017 by the company. And this town was once a boom mining town. But of course, when things dry up, they diminish. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that the company, though, is restoring the old buildings. And that's including a 5-room hotel called the Hotel Nipton.
Oh,
Nipton. Nipton.
Nipton, yeah.
So cool. That's a place in California you can visit now.
That's pretty cool.
So, and that's breathing new life into a former ghost town.
Sure.
Yes.
That there's one in Arizona that somebody bought for the same reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. It was on actual
These are going to start popping up as like little destination resort. I don't know, little resorts.
Maybe.
Interesting, I thought. So,
strange.
Not a gold rush, but a green rush.
It's a green rush.
Well, yeah, you really can't hurt anything if it's just a bunch of rocks.
Yeah.
True.
Green rush. Pretty cool.
All right. Well, this story is a little bit longer, but you guys just bear with me on this one because I had to read it a couple times just to understand all the craziness.
No worries.
I came across this article, and the story involves Arkansas, recovered gems, and a car in a pond. Wow. So, here we go. All right. So, the local sheriff's department in Van Buren County, Arkansas, they received a tip around December 8th. An area woman was trying to sell 3 gemstones, 2 emeralds, and 1 tanzanite. She was selling these for $3,000. So the person who came to the police showed them a text message from the woman, who actually had pictures of the stones and said they were worth $12,000. Okay. The source was also able to examine the stones, which he turned over to the investigators. I don't know how that happened, but I was trying to wrap my head around that. Mm-hmm. But he also had the paperwork showing what the types of stones and the name of the person who purchased these stones. So when the investigators reached out to the man named on the paperwork, they discovered that he was actually out of the country and that the stones were allegedly stored in his jewelry shop. Well, when they checked into it further, they discovered that the jewelry shop was broken into. Oh. So they told the man, well, you better come back to the country. So, in the meantime, while that's brewing, they actually found the woman who was selling the stones. It was 57-year-old Valerie Ross. She told investigators that she knew the stones were stolen from the area, but she had taken these from her son's bag. Okay. So now her son is the next player who comes in, and he's, Eric Edwards. He was actually arrested last November after 2 churches had been broken into in one weekend. Oh my gosh.
A church?
Yeah. So he was already serving time for that. And that's her son, who she was digging in his bag and found the gemstones, evidently. Mm-hmm. But she was charged for theft by receiving. But her son eventually was bonded from jail, but soon after, the police received a call from a man saying that he just sold, that he knew, someone he knew, saying that someone he knew he had just sold 2 guns to an area man, telling the man that the guns were stolen. So, it was a Ruger Blackhawk and a Marlin rifle, and evidently that man was Eric Edwards. So, Eric's at it again.
Phenomenal.
I know. So, no, it gets better.
No, wait, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more. And I know this, normally I cut these down, but this one was just so interesting.
And this is Arkansas, correct?
This is Arkansas, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's
So
very
the next day, the investigators got another call by a man who told them that Edwards was trying to sell more items, including guns, as well as hand tools, cordless drills, as well as a pressure washer and a leaf blower.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
So they were still investigating that, and another call came in. This is all happening within like a day or two, right?
Jeez.
He's on a...
This guy was busy.
Yeah, this man said that somebody has run his car off the road and it's in his pond. So the caller was the pond owner. He recognized the driver of the car that ended up in the pond was Edwards. And so Edwards, he ran away. He just ran away. But they did find him. But when they pulled the car out of the pond, they searched it and they found even more items, including a Winchester 30-30 that he was trying to sell. Yeah. So evidently, they were told that the items had been stolen from a man who traveled a lot and was out of town. This was the same man whose name was on the gemstone paperwork. Oh. So this, I don't know, he just broke into this guy's shed. Oh, there was a metal detector too that was stolen. So I guess I don't know. He travels a lot evidently to different countries, so I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Vicious circle there. Wow.
I think that guy has got the blue ribbon for the dumbest son of a gun I ever seen in my life award. And I'm surprised, being in Arkansas, I'm surprised he ain't got a buckshot or slug in that rear end yet. I am so surprised.
Yep. Jeez Louise.
Well, I mean, Arkansas is like Kentucky and Tennessee. They really don't play around if you're out there thieving stuff up. They know who you are, and if you come around anywhere, they're just going to saw you off.
Yeah.
They know what you're doing there.
Oh yeah, right.
I think the guy that they stole the merchandise from, he was a gem collector. And he traveled to different locales to mine for gems, and this Edwards guy must have known that.
Yeah, but he's got to have neighbors.
Yeah,
I hope.
Think.
Unless they live out in the country, I don't know.
Oh, you're true. That's true. You could.
He probably does.
BFE.
All right. Well, I have something that's kind of like entertainment news.
Cool.
There's a show on Discovery Channel called Finding Escobars Millions. I don't know if any of you
I've seen it.
That. But it's basically 2 former CIA agents, and they're on the mission to find Escobar's missing millions. So Pablo Escobar is that infamous drug lord.
Right.
Evidently he hid millions, and they even think it's billions of his fortune all across Colombia before he was killed in a shootout in December of 1993. Allegedly, Escobar shot the henchman who hid his loot in order to keep it secret,
Sure.
So most of this money has never been found. And why did he hide it? Well, Colombian banks refused to touch his dirty cash, so he, stashed some, of course, in Swiss bank accounts, but evidently he hid far more money by shrink wrapping it in huge stacks and burying it in plastic barrels or metal boxes. And he also would bury gold bars, and he hid them wherever he thought it would be safe.
Wow.
So, his brother was actually the accountant for the gang, and he had served time and was released out of jail. But what he had said was that Pablo was earning so much money that each year he had to write off 10% of his money because rats would eat it in storage, or it would be be damaged by water or lost.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he buried it.
Right. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's rumored that, anyway, this money is buried and it's spread near his homes, like, all across Colombia, Mexico, and Florida. Oh. So, yes, and it does exist because they are finding pieces of this treasure. Like, there was a story in the Colombian newspaper that actually had photographs of what was found. 4 million pounds, that's roughly $5 million. It was buried, all shrink wrapped in 3 plastic cans, and that was found in November of 1989.
Oh,
the following year, 25 million pounds, that's $30 million, was discovered along with 150 kilograms of gold bars, and that's 333 pounds of gold bars.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if I found this, I wouldn't tell nobody.
Me neither.
And then a more recent find was actually just 2 years ago. A farmer, and this is the biggest, found 450 million pounds. That's $630 million. Oh. This was buried in hundreds of barrels in a field that he was starting to dig because he wanted to plant a palm and olive plantation. But he found these millions instead, so I don't know if he's
I don't think he's doing that.
I don't think he's farming either.
Palm oil.
Farming is done.
Palm olive, whatever it is.
See, if I found it, though, 1, I wouldn't say anything. 2, I would get the heck out of that country.
Right. Oh, definitely.
Because as soon as everyone know you found it, you might as well paint a bullseye on you down there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Well, yeah, you're going to have friends you never knew you had.
Yeah.
Nah, you're going to have enemies that you never knew you had.
True enough, too.
I would tell nobody.
Me neither. Not a soul.
I'd buy an island and just park my butt there.
Yep.
No, my quality of life would just be getting better, and I just I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I got
they would figure it out down there. Yeah.
I wouldn't have a house nowhere.
I'd have
just
one
hotel it everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be rich enough, you could.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'd go someplace for 3 days. I'm bored. Let's fly here. We're here.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
But anyway, this show, I don't know. So you've seen it, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Evidently, it features the former CIA agents and his partner. They're using state-of-the-art technology to find or to look for these treasures. That includes bomb hunting drones. I guess it takes such detailed aerial shots that you could actually see footprints on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, because everyone has access to that.
Yeah,
right?
I know. And scanners that see through walls and floors, CIA.
Well, you got to remember when you dig the dirt up and you actually move the dirt, you fluffed it. Now, when you bury something and you put that dirt back, when that rain hits that dirt, it'll sink back to get tight again. Yeah, it'll leave a divot.
Sure.
A divot. Yep.
Man.
But, yeah, so I don't know if they found anything, but the show is on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Discovery Channel. It's called Finding Escobars Millions.
They probably find some wood and that's it. It'll go on for like 20 seasons. It'll find like $20.
We found a $20 bill. It had to be Escobars. Yep.
Yes.
Bring in the drill team. Yeah.
Can you imagine being a farmer, though, and plowing up a field and all of a sudden, thump, your shear pulls up a 50-gallon drum filled with cash?
I think they would be under like just intense fear of what's in the barrel first because it's Colombia.
Yeah.
In the area Escobar ran around.
Yeah, I found a barrel of something. Should I open it or should I not? Does it smell funny?
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting.
But that's crazy. His accountant saying that, okay, he hid so much cash and it would get lost or, rotted or damaged that he has to write off 10% of all his earnings for that.
Amazing.
For rats.
For rats, yeah, the rats.
Yeah, now that's telling me that that was a room stacked full of cats. Because rats just take paper to do nests,
Yeah. Interesting.
Wow.
Pretty cool, though. Have to check that show out.
Yes. All right. So we have a couple global news stories, just short ones.
Okay.
The Golden Star Resources reported 2 fatalities at its Prestea underground gold mine, and that's in Ghana. This occurred on December 29th. 2 employees succumbed to smoke inhalation sickness following exposure to blasting gases. Operations were suspended to allow for the initial investigation of the incident, but the mine has resumed full operation as of January 1st. Mine management and the inspector of mines are continuing investigations.
Mm-hmm.
The Welsh mine, this would be in Wales, right?
I think so.
The Welsh mine, this mine produced gold for 3 generations of royal wedding rings, and they announced that they are going to reopen after being closed for nearly 20 years.
Wow.
So this mine is the one who made wedding bands for like the Queen Mother, the Queen, Princess Margaret, the current Princess Kate, and of course Diana, Princess of Wales. They all have rings made from actually the same nugget that was drawn from this mine, and the mine is called Clegg St. David's Mine. It's located in Bondu in North Wales. Yeah.
Wonder why.
So, they're saying that there's still a possibility that there are unworked areas, so that's another reason why they're opening, but people suspect that with another royal wedding
Right, that's what I was going to ask you. Yep.
coming up,
Is that why
Meghan Markle,
they
I'm
opened?
sure, is going to...
Yeah.
Well, it says she is expected to choose gold from there. That's
That's probably why they opened. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So they're probably getting a lot of money for that.
Sure.
Could you imagine? We're getting married. Go out there and dig me something up for a week. That'll be good.
Open that mine up.
Make me a ring.
I need some
Yeah,
gold
right.
for a ring. You need to reopen that mine. Yep. Yeah. Must be nice.
All right. Well, I've got fun facts now.
Fun facts.
I got fun facts. I have a lot. I don't know. You guys tell me if you want just the abbreviated version or the extended version.
We're like monkeys. Just feed us.
That's right.
Okay. Well, since we were talking about New Year's and New Year's traditions, I did just a little fun thing for, why do we have these things? Why do we do these crazy things, and where in the heck did they come from?
Okay. Cool.
So as, we stated, we had pork and sauerkraut with mashed potatoes on New Year's Day.
Right.
It's supposed to bring luck into the new year if you eat this on New Year's Day. So that got us thinking, why are we doing this? And we had I don't know. We've had unlucky years where we've eaten sauerkraut and pork, so maybe this isn't working.
Right. Eat more sauerkraut. I don't know.
Right. So anyway, evidently when I looked into it, there was just a lot more New Year traditions out there, and these rituals they have ancient roots that are similar around the world. So it's kind of strange. Turns out that many of these traditions, like I said earlier, was designed to ward off evil spirits as we enter the darkest time of the year. So I'll just start with the pork thing since we ate it.
All right.
That is actually an old Pennsylvania Dutch custom. This also includes a segment of the Amish community. Why is it good luck? Well, there were theories about cabbage and pigs being symbols of prosperity. So from generation to generation, eating pork and sauerkraut on New Year's Day was just something you did.
All right.
So that's where that one came from.
Makes sense.
Another tradition, kissing someone at the stroke of midnight. And that actually is a tradition that has ancient roots. Many cultures considered the transition from warm to cold seasons to be intensely a vulnerable time. So that is also a time where they say that the evil spirits can get you. So kissing, in this context, was thought to bring good luck as people entered the vulnerable transitional period of the new year. And the saying behind it, that is, you want to be closest to those who support you.
Yeah, see, that's what I always thought.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that
the thing that I always thought is the reason why you have parties at your house is because you surround yourself with your friends and family that you know that because that means that you're going to be tight with them the whole next year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yep. So it's not just to get schnockered.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's to get a kiss.
I believe that's the Irish version.
All right, another thing that we do that, we probably just do it. We don't even think about it, some of us. Popping champagne at the stroke of midnight. Despite its French name, champagne's signature fizz actually has origins back to England, and this is in the 1500s. The use of champagne for celebration started in Christian rituals. So in the Christian, they wouldn't use champagne, they would consume wine, and they would also consume wine during the Eucharist. And in 496 AD, a wine from Champagne, the Champagne region in France, was used in a baptism of the Frankish warrior Clovis. So he was baptized in Champagne. And from then on, wines from the Champagne region were often used at such religious events and coronations and parties.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying Champagne is actually named after a place?
Yeah, it's a region in France that grows wine, and the person who discovered how to make it fizzy was in that region, so that's why they named it Champagne. Like Bordeaux, it's not actually a grape; it's a region in France.
I thought it was a guy's name or a gal's name.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
So,
you know what's really funny about that? Just not to cut you off, but
No,
you
that's
said
okay.
the guy that invented or put the bubbles in champagne. It's funny because when Lisa went over to Germany, she would say, I want some water, and they'd go with gas or without. talking about, if you wanted sparkles in
Bubbles.
With some bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
All right. Okay, so all of you had hear that song that they play on New Year's Eve. It's called Auld Lang Syne.
Right.
But there's other, I always thought it was Old Anxiety.
That's what I thought it was.
It's not.
Okay.
I wonder why that never really made sense to me. It's just something I made up, I guess.
Oh,
No, it's Auld, A-U-L-D, Lang, L-A-N-G, and Syne, S-Y-N-E.
Oh, Lang Syne. Okay.
Yeah, so actually, it's actually a real song that started from a Scottish poem.
Uh-huh.
It was recorded on paper in 1788 by poet Robert Burns. He's a Scottish poet. The actual melody, though, is older than the words, and it was from an old song in Scotland. So they just put them together and with the tune, and it just worked.
It works.
But anyway, Auld Lang Syne is what it means literally is old long times, and this is in, I guess, English. It means old long times.
Old long time.
Which something is more of the lines of once upon a time.
Oh,
So
okay.
with a touch of nostalgia, it soon became a mainstay at British and Scottish funerals, farewells, and group celebrations. It didn't make it to the U.S. until 1929 to be sung on New Year's. And in 1929, the Guy Lombardo Orchestra played it in a hotel in New York, and it just caught on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always wondered, where did this song come from?
I know,
What does
right?
it mean?
It's like,
We actually had a British place here that I think that they celebrated. I think it was a British pub, and they were celebrating New Year's at 3:00 because I guess that's when 12 is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They're 6 hours ahead of us?
Yeah, something like that.
5 or 6. I don't know. 5 hours ahead of us.
I thought it was funny because they had them on the news. I'm like, wow, all you got to do is celebrate early and you get on the news? Really?
Now you know.
Just start drinking in the morning. There you go.
Did you see Shad's post, though? He goes, what did you say?
Oh, when it hit midnight here in the East Coast, because it was targeted at Jimbo, at Jim Hamilton, Jimbo's Gold. I said, Happy New Year's from the future, Arizona.
Good one, Chip.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That was funny.
That's real funny.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you ought to. I called my grandmother kind of early. I knew that she was going to be, kind of. She's not staying up till 12, and then I called my mom. She's like, it's really late. I'm like, yeah, I know,
But it's New Year's.
but it's New Year's, right?
Yeah. Well, the giant ball too. Do you guys want to know the story behind that?
Yes, go for it. Like Scott said,
We got
us.
to fit in a ball story in here.
You know what? I will. I want to hear this story because that has always eluded me. I have never known this story.
Okay, well, I've always wondered, where in the heck did that come from? In the old days, sailors used what they called time balls. Time, like Time. And they would use these to set their own timepieces while they were out at sea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they would set these, they call them chronometers, by using a spyglass to scan the harbor, and they would look for the balls that were dropped into the water at certain times of the day.
Yeah.
So the first time ball, which was installed in Portsmouth, England, made its first drop in 1829, and by 1845, Washington, D.C. had one installed as well. And by 1904, a big ball was present, a big one, when revelers began partying in Times Square.
Huh.
So, but the first version of the Times Square, and it was adorned with 125-watt light bulbs.
Ooh.
And they dropped that in 1907. So that year, the New York Times publisher, at the time, was hoping to find a replacement for the fireworks because the fireworks had just been banned by the police.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up using the ball on New Year's, and that's how that's how the ball was born.
Ah. But let me just
balls.
Let me go back a little bit.
All right.
Now, you said these guys on boats would look around to see the balls drop.
Yeah, I guess they would put them out in the harbor or whatever at certain times of the day. So if they wanted to set their clocks or whatever to make sure that they were, on time. I don't know.
Who would drop the balls?
Back in old navigation, they relied on time and stuff to also help them and whatnot. So
Right.
Plus, probably to also leave and on time. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very
So
interesting.
it's actually a time ball.
Time ball.
Can you imagine the face somebody would make if you told them that fact?
Yeah, I'm still got a face over here. You guys just can't see it.
Well, people go like sailors and what? I'm like, well, it does make sense.
Sailors.
Sounds like we need to make a trip to Times Square next year, all of us, and talk about the ball.
Yeah.
Live from Times
Not
Square.
happening.
I know, right?
That was
That's
cold.
one place I don't want to go for New Year's.
No.
I'd say we go to Vegas for New Year's.
That would be something.
That'd be
yes.
fun.
I think that would be great.
That'd be better than New York. Yeah, definitely.
Plan that.
Definitely have to. That'd be cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Keep going.
All right.
Scott, you said you didn't have nothing tonight anyway, right? You were just winging it?
Yeah, I'm just winging
Well,
it. So
let's
yeah,
just
keep
roll
going.
with it.
Man,
Let's keep
hey,
rolling
it
with
worked
it.
out.
All right,
you got to remember, I'm an information junkie, so this
Right,
stuff
so
to
just
me
keep
is kind
rolling
of
with
cool.
it.
I mean, we're all right.
That's right. Keep rolling with it.
It was really interesting, and we all make those New Year's resolutions. Not all of us, but some of us. This actually is something that comes from ancient Mesopotamia.
Okay.
In ancient Babylonia, citizens they would speak out their resolutions, and this actually occurred in March. This in March was during their 12-day-long New Year festival. These resolutions, they weren't the kind of resolutions that we think of today. They weren't for self-improvement. They're more kind of like a requirement to make an oath to the king. By requirement, I don't know if you're forced to. I don't know. The resolutions were considered essential to keep the kingdom in the gods' favor. Yeah. And the Romans, they also had a tradition of swearing an oath of loyalty to the emperor, and that also occurred in March. That was when their New Year started.
Oh, okay.
By the 1740s, the Methodist Church had a practice of holding renewal services on December 31st. The services offered people a chance to look back at the year past and renew their commitment to God. So there's your religious aspect of it, of New Year's resolutions.
Oh, interesting.
So,
Cool,
but
though.
in general, it seemed like the common theme was making resolutions becomes basically a purifying ritual that follows overindulgence. So if you had, just overindulged, the next day you'd wake up and hopefully you'll have your resolutions to do better next year.
It kind of gives you some hope.
Yeah, there's some food for thought there. All right.
Well, you always try to better yourself for another year.
Sure.
There's some things you can work at, and you're like, okay, I'm starting it here, and that's pretty much what it is, a starting point.
My spin class when I go spinning tomorrow is going to be packed.
Oh, of course. Yeah. For the next couple weeks, right?
Oh, my friend and I always make a joke like, "Oh, the New Year's resolutioners are coming in, so you better reserve your bike."
Yeah. And they'll fade off again. Yep.
Yes. All right. So, like I said earlier, I'm more superstitious than anything. And here's some superstitions that were interesting for the new year. In Brazil, they avoid eating chicken the first few minutes of the new year. Why?
Why?
Well, because chickens scratch the earth backwards. So consuming poultry would mean that you're going backwards in life rather than go forward.
Chickens, what?
So don't be eating chicken wings
at midnight
when the new year rings in.
Well, I'll tell you what, I used to raise chickens. Those things scratch whichever way they're facing.
They scratch the ground backwards, huh? Okay.
Backwards with the earth or just backwards from their body?
I don't know. Just backwards, I guess.
I don't know. I don't really know. I've never watched a chicken.
Somebody pull up a chicken video.
Well, no, I mean, if a chicken's facing south, he's scratching actually north.
Right. So he's scratching kind of backwards-ish, I guess. His
feet
are going backwards.
I thought maybe that she was talking about how chicken will scratch backwards which way the earth's spinning. I'm like, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I think it's how the direction they're scratching.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Scratch backwards.
Yes. So, the Italians, they were supposed to reserve some of their wine grapes from their harvest to consume on New Year's Eve. And that meant that they'll be frugal and financially savvy. But, in general, again, these rituals offer like a buffer against anxiety and uncertainty.
Right.
And what could be more uncertain than the future year?
Mm-hmm.
So they by easing anxiety, you do these rituals. Funny.
Pretty cool.
All right, so this one is kind of a scary one. This is what the Japanese folks do in the village of Oga. The New Year's Eve on New Year's Eve, men will dress in grass masks to embody a demon figure named Namanhaj. Well, anyway, the demonic figures would go door to door searching for new members of the community. And after screaming at the children and new family members to be obedient, to study and work hard, the more established members defend the newcomers and youngsters to the demon who will leave the house.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
And you said that's Lamon Raj?
It is Namanhaj. Namanhaj.
Namanharaj?
I don't know.
I've heard that word. That's what I was trying to clear. I've heard that word, and I don't know how I heard it, but I have heard that word.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, in Peru, this was kind of funny. They have these fight clubs that on Christmas Day they allow people to just fight, kick, and punch each other to resolve your differences. And this happens on Christmas Day. so that you can start the new year with a clean slate.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That's where I come up with that movie, Fight Club.
First rule, Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. They all broke the first rule.
Can you imagine your neighbor 3 doors down gets an invitation? Your neighbor wants to kill you. Get in the ring.
Fight Club.
Please bring a change of clothes, a towel, and band-aids.
Yeah. Plenty of bandages. Jeez, Kathleen.
The Turks wear red underwear. They run the faucet and sprinkle salt on their doorstep to ensure prosperity.
Oh my God.
The Swiss will drop rich dollops of whipped cream on the floor and leave them to usher in riches.
Huh.
And Filipinos will wear polka dots because the rotund shape of the circles symbolizes prosperity.
Wow. It just keeps getting weirder.
I know, right? People in the South, they eat black-eyed peas, colored greens, and cornbread because they resemble coins, dollar bills, and shiny gold, in that order.
Cornbread.
Interesting. Cornbread.
Eat that cornbread.
Yes. So I thought that was kind of crazy. And this one's really, really strange. In Scotland, the tradition of the first footing says that for good luck, the first person to set foot in the house after the stroke of midnight should be tall, a dark male bearing a lump of coal, shortbread, salt, a black bun, and a wee dram of whiskey. So you have to have a man bun.
Yeah, you got to be one of them millennials.
Now wait a minute.
Chad?
Describe that again.
The first person to walk in the house, and this is if you want, if you're hoping to get money and gold and riches, this is what you would do. The first person to walk in the house after the stroke of midnight should be a tall, dark male carrying a lump of coal, shortbread, salt, have a black bun, and what they call a wee dram of whiskey. It's Weedram. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Call it.
Now you tell me that's not a Jamaican Santa coming for a bad kid.
Well, I can tell you,
In Scotland.
if it's Dennis Dayton showing up, just shut the door because you ain't getting good luck.
Oh, Lord.
It was just so funny you say dark man wearing a bun. Okay, that's Jamaicans wear buns too. They got their hairs up, bringing up thing of coal. It sounds like a Jamaican Santa Claus coming for a bad kid.
It's Scottish.
A lump of coal, shortbread, salt, and whiskey.
It's a weird
combination.
I wonder if you had to eat that stuff.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
But you know what shortbread is in Scotland, right?
No.
It's not the cookie.
No, it ain't a cookie.
Well, I'm depressed now.
I think it's a biscuit.
No, aren't they the innards of sheep?
Ew.
Shortbread?
Yeah, that's what they call
it
shortbread.
might be over there. Wait.
Google it.
Wait. Oh, what do they call that?
They used to call it a hot dog.
No, it's called. I know it. I just can't think right now. Shad will have to Google it. Crap.
Yeah, shortbreads. That's what. It's a Scottish delicacy. And I know it's the inner. I don't. Maybe not a sheep, but maybe it is a sheep. I don't know. But it's an animal.
Have you ever noticed when somebody calls something it's a delicacy? It's something that nobody would ever eat.
Like eyeballs or brains or
right. That's not a delicacy. I can get them every day, but I don't want them.
cow's tongue.
Yeah. There's nothing delicacy about that.
I don't know. So anyway, that was it. That was the traditions that people do on New Year's.
You know what's funny? It comes down. You got pickles, pig's feet, cow's tongue, and when it comes to stuff that I know what they've been doing all of its life, I'm not eating that stuff.
Well, we used to eat pickled pig's feet when we got real drunk, but that's different. You'd be sitting at the bar and they had that big jar of pickled pig's feet, and you're really hungry.
What kind of bar are you going to where they have a jar?
Well,
no, actually, those are real bars. They got pickled eggs, pickled pig's feet.
Pickled pig's feet.
And then they got the what they call it, pickled jerky, which I could never do either of it.
Oh,
it's
you
the
get some-
rounds. Yeah.
When you're pre-drunk, pickled pig's feet taste pretty good when you're starving and you've had way too much to drink.
It's a delicacy.
It ain't nothing delicacy about it. But...
I do the black-eyed peas.
Oh, I love black-eyed peas. Yeah.
I do that.
They're delicious. Yeah. Everybody, Dennis Dayton has joined us. How are you, Dennis?
I've been here for about the last 15 minutes.
Well, I know,
I heard him.
but Kathleen was doing her news, so
Oh, I know. I hear. I couldn't
stop her to
jump in
introduce you.
here. No, I would have been here, but I went to my daughter's basketball game up in Indianapolis, and they were playing what was called the Indianapolis Spark Plugs.
Okay.
Their team was?
And we went to the high school, and the power had went. I mean, it went completely dark in that gym. I mean, it was just you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. So we had to uproot everybody. They decided to go drive on the other side of Indy to the junior high school, and then got everything set up and played there. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it was. Oh man, I called Tim before the show, and I said I don't know if I'm going to make it or not because we just got to the junior high, and the first game they only played 2 quarters instead of playing 4 quarters, and then the high school team we went ahead and played the full game. But
Crazy.
I was on the road driving real fast, like Scott was talking about, because I was listening.
You guys don't have to. We'll be here. I'll bring you in. I don't want you guys to be in danger. We'll get you in here when you get here. I promise.
I've got a radar detector. It works pretty good.
Yeah, me, I jump in the HOV lane. If it's dark, I don't care.
We don't have HOV lanes.
You don't put like a inflatable doll next to you so it looks like you've got somebody in the car.
No, actually, what I do is I take the seat and flip it all the way forward so you see the headrest.
Oh, mercy.
Man, you just gave away Scott's secret, man.
Oh, Lordy, what's wrong with us? Oh,
Well, some things are just worth making it for.
oh, yeah. I can actually picture it, though. That's the sad part. I'm getting a visual.
Oh, yeah. TMI there, man.
Aren't you, Dennis? You getting a visual?
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, did you see a lot of people pulled over while you were going down the road?
No.
I seen about 5, and I was like, oh, my God, you know what? I'm in a work truck. I'm going to see if I get away with it.
Oh, pulled over.
Pulled
by...
up, you don't have to worry about the cops. They're busy.
Yeah, they're busy writing tickets.
Yeah, I know, but I seen like 2 cop cars, which, if they're pulled over, I'm like, yeah, it's typical. And then I seen a couple motorcycle cops had cars. I'm like, okay, that's not typical.
Yeah.
Yeah, because out here, if the motorcycle cops pull you over, you don't have an excuse. They just give you a ticket.
You're just getting a ticket.
Yeah, if they pull you over, it's done.
Crazy. Oh, right, while we're at it real quick before we forget. What's them gold prices like today, Shad?
Well,
Because I'll forget if I don't get them out there.
yeah. I will say this though: the current market prices, right? The chart at the bottom of Gold Prospector Space. This is actually pretty live right now. So it's showing gold's at $13.08, down $12.
Oh.
Now that is down $12 since the U.S. markets closed.
Right.
So a little bit of a drop with international markets that are open right now. So
But hey, it made it to 1,300.
13.
yeah,
That's right.
if you look at granted at New Year's Day, and if you look at the chart, it dropped down almost to I think about like just slightly above 1240
Oh, wow.
on New Year's Day.
And I'll tell you guys, from a trader's point of view, the reason why it did that is because a lot of people are still on the break, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It will go
now
back
it's
up.
climbing back up, and it's been a really within just a couple days, you're talking almost $80 rebound all of a sudden, which is really good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. That's real
So
nice.
Are you looking at the European and the Japanese market right now? They should be going strong.
Yeah, so I think it's going to trend up more. I'm curious now with like all sorts of stuff going overseas with Iran, with the protests. of course, our good friend Rocket Man Kim in North Korea. Maybe we can get up there again to above 1340 again, like it was a few months ago.
Yeah.
So definitely watch that. Now, silver, on the other hand, that took a slight little dip of 12 cents down to $17.06.
Okay.
Silver, though, that's been pretty volatile as well, but it's pretty much in line with what it's been in the past, 2 months. So I'm curious to see if silver. I know the market experts said silver's the one to watch this year, and then I just read an article on copper. So, granted, copper's only about $3, I think, really, right now, if I remember right.
Well, they're still stealing it.
Yeah, so it must be worth something.
Yeah, but it's starting to. It's been in a constant upward trajectory now for over a month. Copper, so good one to watch there too. Okay. Platinum, that's the only one where we've seen an increase, up $4 to $951. So that one's looking pretty good, getting back up there again. And then our buddy Palladium.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've read this.
Palladium.
It's dropped $11 to $1,077.
Really?
Oh, Palladium.
But when you look at over the past year, just shortly, right, probably February of last year, it was only around $740.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
Now it's over $1,000.
Wow.
And it's been a constant increase for over a year, and then just within the last couple days, it had a huge jump. Right at New Year's, it dropped like everything did, but it was at around $940, $950, and it already up to over $1,080.
Wow.
Yeah, I think last year it was more consistent around $800 every time I looked at it. It was somewhere around the $800 mark.
Yeah,
floating, and but
elusive palladium.
We can't. I don't know if we can even dig that stuff.
I don't think we'd know it if we seen it, would we, Scott?
I know.
I
don't think I would.
Like.
I'd be honest, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't
don't know.
either. I'd be like,
is it ore? It's probably in ore form, and you have to crush it and extract it.
Probably.
It's got to be something.
It has to be. I wouldn't think there'd be like palladium pickers and palladium nuggets or that you'd find.
Well, it's still
it'd be cool.
Considered bullion, though.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's not just like copper's not technically a bullion. That's just a base metal,
right?
Tradable metal,
along with aluminum, lead, nickel, tin, and zinc.
Right.
So that palladium, I don't
know.
I have to look up what's raw palladium, but yeah, it is actually a nugget.
Is it?
Chunks of raw palladium and rocks and nuggets.
What'd you do?
And
look it up?
Very similar to silver, just without tarnish.
I think it looks like pyrite.
Yeah.
Really?
So you're telling me I've probably been throwing something else away that's worth money?
Yeah.
If you knew palladium was in your area of minerals that you are mining, you would definitely want to do your due diligence and understand where to find it, how it lays. If it's more of a load type of mineral or if it is placer, because it's getting right up there with the gold prices.
Wow.
So yeah,
need to do a little more research on that. Where it's kind
I
of.
think that would be a good little thing to look up on and maybe talk about.
It would be.
Yeah,
maybe our geology segment should do things.
Could be on that. Actually, it could be.
Yeah, you remember the story I was telling you guys a long time ago about how I used to throw meteorites away, and I was like, well, who'd be welding way out here?
Right.
Yeah.
This is weird.
That is weird.
I'm like, and now if I see a welder, it's like, oh, put that in the pocket. Put it in the pocket.
Yeah, heck yeah. Oh, hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Did you get your dirt that you was waiting on that got delivered while you was on vacation?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go through it?
Did you thaw the permafrost?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did it have the mammoth tusk?
How was it?
No, it didn't have no mammoth tusk. I wish it did.
Did you have fun with it?
Oh, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Somebody threw a dog bone in there.
Man, so what'd you get? Tell me.
The what?
What'd you get? Tell me.
Well, can you hear this?
Yeah, I do. Sounds like
Man,
a rattlesnake.
He's going to save it for a video, the dirty guy.
Man,
I can hear it.
Did you do a video of the cleanup of it?
No.
No. Gosh, what's wrong
But
with you?
I still have what's in my vial, and I still have what's in my snuffer bottle. There's a lot.
Oh, from that.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Now, speaking
So this
of...
is Dirt Hog, our good sponsor,
That's
right?
That's right.
And it was a bonus bag.
Bonus bag for DD. What I was going to say was, speaking of Dirt Hog, that's this Sunday, ain't it, Kathleen? Our quarterly nugget giveaway?
Yes, quarterly nugget giveaway.
Oh, yay, for the
This
Crony
is for
Club.
those who are in the Cronies Club.
That's right, the big quarterly nugget giveaway. We got 4 of them. You got those sizes of those nuggets, Shad, which, that we'll be giving away in a quarterly nugget giveaway?
Oh, you're talking about those tiny little things that Dirt Hog sent us, right?
Yeah.
Just those little pieces, huh?
Yeah, those little
I
ones.
do.
Awesome.
And I gotta say, it's pretty impressive.
They are.
One is 1.04 grams. The second one, 1.22 grams.
Mm-hmm.
A third one, 1.77 grams. And then the last one, 1.85 grams.
Nice.
Then they
So
are.
regardless, if you win there, you've got like 2 to 3,
You've scored.
Crony Club memberships.
Yeah.
paid.
Well, Shad, how do we become a crony?
Well, there's a special little tab on the goldprospectorspace.com. It says Crony Club. Just click on the link there, and it'll follow the instructions if you're not a crony to sign up. It is a $20 annual membership that goes towards the site and the show to help keep things going, but also to be able to provide a little special thank you to all our listeners and special cronies there to kind of give back to y'all. So
Heck yeah.
Easy peasy.
Easy. Yeah.
So you're saying our listeners keep us going, correct?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
All
Yes.
right.
Without them, I don't think
Can't
I
do it
could do
without
it.
you.
I couldn't do it no more without them. It's gotten way too expensive. So without our listeners, we wouldn't be here every
And the
Wednesday.
cronies, it's not just the quarterly nuggets they can win. It's
Right.
equipment. It's pay dirt. It's
That's
bonus bags. It's just a whole bunch of goodness.
I think our giveaway for is that this week too? Let me look and see. You guys
So what they're saying, if you're not a crony, you better get on it.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking. Let me see. Dang it.
January 7th is when you announce
Thank
it.
you, Shad.
The contest giveaway started December 2nd and will end January 6th. The winner announced on January 7th. And what that means is it's only January 3rd. So if you're not a crony, you got 3 more days to get and sign up and be one. And you're in that month giveaway right there.
Right.
And now what's the last day you can do that?
January 6th.
Yep. January 6th till midnight Eastern Standard Time.
There you
is the
go.
cutoff
And
date.
it's a huge bag, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a nice sized bag. I mean,
The
it's
Canadian
probably.
Goldhound from Goldhound Prospecting.
I bet that's. I got it in my hand right now. I must say, that's probably 2 pounds, and it's 1 gram plus of gold from Canadian Goldhound, like
Wow.
Shad said. So we'll be giving that away to one of our cronies this.
Yeah, and
Sunday.
just for everybody's information, you still got to pan it out. We're just not going to send you the gold.
No, right? That'd be too easy. That'd be too easy. You get the dirt, you get the rocks, you get all that good stuff, so you can have some fun with it.
Heck yeah.
Right? I mean, heck. Yeah.
Well, I know it's really cold back there where you guys are right now. So to be panning in your garage is like it's a novelty this time of year.
Pan in your living room while you're watching TV. Come on.
We do all this stuff in our dining room because we do not have a gold room.
Wherever the pan is a gold room.
Exactly.
I had made a post about doing that in the dining room, and people were sending pictures of their setup, and there's some nice little gold rooms out there set up. I need one.
I know we can't all be like Dennis Dayton, who has his own entire gold room now that's massive, where he has all the equipment in there.
You guys gotta think about it. These guys built gold rooms. You guys built a koi pond.
We're not allowed external buildings.
We can't put buildings on our
sheds.
property.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even though we have the the trailer, the camper still in our driveway.
Let me
get this right. You guys bought property. You own. You can't build on it.
It's the HOA.
Yeah, there's rules.
You just said the bad word. Never mind.
There's rules in the suburbs there, Scotty boy.
Yeah. Don't worry. We got the HOA around here, too.
Oh, mercy. Yeah.
The HOA will kill you. I'm telling you. They're funny. It's all about that money. Don't slip.
Oh, yeah. That's right. They ain't picking on them for the camper, so they're flying under the radar on that one.
Well, yeah.
Out here,
we put Christmas lights on it, so,
there you go.
It's safe.
There you go.
And I think they're a little afraid, because every now and then when I go get the mail, I have a gun that I was holding.
I do the same thing.
I don't know why. I just like it. It feels natural to me.
You're crazy.
I always get the mail before I go to work, and I always carry a gun, when I'm going, because I transport money, and I'm not doing that where I go and where I'm at. I'm not taking chances on that stuff. So yeah, I get that same thing. But I actually got a funny story. HOA one time, I caught her taking a picture, and we got little weeds that'll pop up in the front yard, but our yard guy does that every week. Well, if he comes on Wednesday and these guys are taking pictures on Tuesday, we get stupid stuff sent in the mail. And I used to get so upset at that. So I opened the door one day and I seen somebody had a cell phone outside the van. And, being me in the old days, I gave him a California howdy. And if anybody's ever seen the Beverly Hillbillies, they'll know exactly what that is. And I've never got anything in the mail since.
Oh, wow.
So they would waste a stamp, 50 cents or whatever the heck a stamp is nowadays, to say, hey, you got a weed that popped up.
Yeah, because if you don't take it out and they come back and take another picture, then you get cited.
Wow.
What happens when you get cited?
You got to pay them. You got to pay them whatever fee that they got for you. You haven't cleaned up your front yard, or you haven't picked the weeds out of your front rocks.
Man, they'd hate.
And you guys got to remember, out here we don't have front yards. We got front rocks.
Right, you got desert landscaping.
Oh yeah, Julie Hamilton was telling me that there's even a certain number of plants you have to plant.
Oh wow!
In your rocks.
Yep,
wow.
It's funny.
Kind of weird.
It's funny.
See, I would just do what I saw one person up here in Ohio did a few years back, and the only reason I noticed this because it was the dead of winter with snow, and I saw flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were the fabric plants that they buried and put in their yard.
It's a good idea. They stay colorful all year long. It's like, hey, don't have to care for them. Bugs ain't gonna eat them. You're fine. I liked that idea forever, Shad. I tried to get Christy to do it. She went and go for it. Now,
believe it or not, out here we have, what's that stuff they put on football field? AstroTurf?
AstroTurf, yeah.
Yeah, we've got yards out here made of AstroTurf. There's no weeds.
Oh my gosh.
Just because of the HOA.
That's nuts. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
I can't believe Shad. I can't believe they're in Ohio.
No, they're everywhere. The HOA. The HOA is everywhere. All right.
Well, think about it. All they do is collect money.
That's it. The HOA. Yeah. Well, we want everybody to be sure to tune in Sunday night. It's going to be a great show. We'll all be here. Doc from Gold Hog will be here talking about the new flow pan. And if you haven't entered the giveaway on Gold Prospector Space for a chance to win a new flow pan, you might want to click the giveaway tab and check that out. And also, a little technical note, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but you don't get that stupid pop-up no more when you go to sign on about the security and crap.
HTTPS now.
That's right, baby. It is done. Secure. It was secure before, but wasn't updated was the problem. Shad understands. He knows that stuff. But everything is all updated, good to go, so you won't get that silly notification no more. So I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that. I didn't know if anybody had noticed, but it's done. So on that note, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for being here. Kathleen, Dennis.
Oh, wait a minute! I got something for you.
Okay,
now I got something for you now.
What you got?
Just to settle this in, I've had a lot of questions
this
actually
just
in the last week. Yeah, this just in. No, about people like selling gold again, and I want people to know that when you have an ounce in a vial, remember that gold is not 999 pure. It's not that clean.
Right.
Yeah, you've took all the black sands out of it and stuff like that, but when you sell the gold, you will not get spot price unless somebody's doing something that's going to make more to them than what gold's worth. And I've had people like, I had an ounce and they only wanted to give me, 75% worth. And I said, well, how was it formed? Well, I had it in rings. Well, of course, there's copper, nickel, there's other substances in that. And just like us that dig gold, when we dig it out of the ground, it's not pure. There's going to be subsidies in it. When they melt that down and they make a nugget or a button or a bar, if you have that much, which not too many people do, but when you melt that down, you'll notice you're going to lose, I'd say generally around almost 25-30% from excess. Excess metals, excess things that are in the gold that traveled with it. Gold was melted by volcanoes and everything else flowed into it. So there's extras in there. So when you go to sell your gold and you don't get spot, don't get butthurt about it. Just find, do your homework, do research, find people that want to buy gold, say, there's gold buyers that do different things. So you'll find a good price for those people that actually do that, because in the long run, which you're not waiting for the long run, they'll actually make a little bit of profit on your gold, and they don't mind to give you a little bit. But don't expect spot price out of your gold.
Right.
I don't care how much black sand you took out of it. Trust me, it's never clean enough.
They can't make money if they pay you spot price.
Exactly. Like I said, I sell my gold to jewelry guys sometimes. I sell it to what we call sandbag guys. They build pay dirt bags to make them good for their customers, and it's fun. It's entertainment value. It's like going to see a movie, and you sit in your garage and have fun with your guys or your cronies or your ladies. Either or. I'm talking. And then you pan stuff out, and they're like, "Oh, check it out." And then they that's how they get their business.
Yeah.
So So just do your homework and find the people that you trust and that in the gold fields. What I always say. If you've heard the name before and you trust the name before, feel free to contact them and say, hey, do you buy gold? They'll tell you, yes, I do, or no, I don't, or they'll give you a price. And if you're not happy with that, or just say thank you, and I might get back hold of it. Do your homework again. You might find somebody that'll give you a price that you're going to be happy with.
Yep.
But remember, your gold's never, ever, ever clean.
Exactly. And that was Scott's tip of the week.
There you go.
All right. On that note, we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Guys, thanks for being here. Rich, Dennis, Scott, Shad, Kathleen. I'll see you all Sunday. Have a great week, everybody. Good night.
Good night, Gold Digger.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Happy New Year.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.